Hey everybody. I hope y'all have had a good day. I have. I've had high vibrations all day. It's been a good day. My name is Amanda. God calls me Zion. And I am the Mother of Angels. And I channel messages from the spirit realm via my angels and my spirit team. So what I usually do is I channel words and phrases and I put them into paragraphs. And I'm going to read the paragraphs tonight, and then if I feel like I need to interpret anything, I will. But if not, just use your own discernment. Maybe like the connections of the words, or maybe like it'll ring true to like something that went on for you today, or something that's kind of in the future, or something in the past. I'm trying to get my lighting right. That's why I'm acting all weird right now. Okay, I'm trying. I need like one more like light like coming this way, probably one from the top and one from my balance, and then maybe but anyway, we'll get there. Okay, so let's get started. Today we had, or this afternoon we had Yahweh and Ashira come in. We also had the Spirit of God and the Spirit of King Ahab. Ugh. Narcissist. But anyway, let's get started. So the first angel message is cult, peace, manufactured, accept blessings, candle, 2 Corinthians 6 verses 8 through 10. Sometimes what doesn't look like God is God. Back and forth, Yahweh loves you, Psalm 18 and 23. M, fireworks, 3D, curse others, eyes with a Z, and Hai Chi. So the only thing I really wanted to talk about was sometimes what doesn't look like God is God. I say that all the time. When I used to sponsor other women, when I was helping them get sober, I would say, something would happen in their life, and like, they had to learn like new coping mechanisms to like figure out how to get through it, because they couldn't like go and do what they used to do. They had to like have better coping mechanisms. So, sometimes they would go through these trials, and of course I was there to like comfort them, and I would always say, sometimes what doesn't look like God is God. And what I mean by that is sometimes when bad things happen to us, we think that it's like the devil or something, or like negative energy being sent our way. When in reality, sorry guys. When in reality, everything, good and bad, works for the greater good of God, right? So like, just because you're going through something right now and you think it's like a bad situation, like that may be just God like repositioning you for where he wants you to be, and sometimes the best thing to do is just like surrender to that. But it's so easy to say just surrender. It's much harder to actually do that. Surrender has been like probably the thing I've found most challenging in my journey. In the beginning, I could not surrender. It took me a very long time to surrender stuff. I'm talking, honey, like a year and a half or something on one thing. Like I'm a Taurus, so I'm super stubborn. And so surrendering to, especially in the beginning when like I knew there was a God, but like I didn't have faith that he would show up for me like I needed him to. Like while I was building my faith, it just took me a whole lot to surrender. It would be one of those back and forth things, like, yeah, I'll surrender it, but then like, I'm going to worry about it again, or I'm going to surrender it, but I'm going to go worry about it again, and that's kind of what I don't do that as much now. Like I really do just kind of live in a place of flow, as far as surrendering. And a lot of that has to do with like, just letting go of fear, and like, you can't let go of fear until you have that trust, that deep faith, and knowing that God's got you regardless. So it's just a process. And so surrendering is definitely like the first step to the journey. When you're getting on your spiritual journey, you definitely surrender is very hard. If you want to, you can go look up the 12 steps for Alcoholics Anonymous. I love the steps, by the way. But the first 3 steps are like about surrender. So if you want to go read up on that, that would, if you're like an alcoholic, or hell, if you're not an alcoholic, the whole world really just needs a big old AA meeting. You know what I mean? To get real with each other, like a true one. I'm running it. I'm gonna be the chairperson. Anyway, moving on. Lovely, jealous, assume command, Joshua 1 and 10. Lies, personal accountability, hospital, standing on business, Isaiah 19:13. The princes of Memphis are no longer delusional. Hallelujah. Music, basic magic, spiritual jail, rainbow, September, October, December, ashes, and religious restrictions. I don't have much to say about that. Basic magic for me is just like scripting and visualization. When I say magic, I don't mean dark magic. I'm talking about high magic here. Okay, we're doing this with positive intent. Okay, there is no low vibration in this body. Okay, we're all on high intent, good intent. Rainbows, like rainbow aura, which is like non-porous aura. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Y'all can interpret that however you want. Ashera, death, a loss of the color, virtues, July, August, November, Israel, shift, New World Order, Auntie, no third parties, guidance, and lies. That's the second time lies has showed up, so I don't know. They might be lying to y'all. Somebody might be lying to me, Just always use discernment. Ashera is God's wife. Let's see what else. New World Order. Okay, people freak out. So when you talk about New World Order, like, listen. God's hand is all up in this right now. So I'm going to say this about the New World Order. There is nothing to fear as long as God is put first, okay? And I don't mean God like as in like that stupid show about Gilead that they made, like The Handmaid's Tale or whatever. Listen, that was hype, okay? Nobody's trying to do that. And if they are, I'm not going to let it happen. You hear me right now? My vision, though, is based on spiritual principles and virtues. I think regardless of what religion or whatever you follow, I think spiritual principles and virtues are important in everyday life. So for me, the New World Order would be like the New World embracing a different way of life, like, but in a positive way, because I mean, God is trying to bring heaven to earth right now. That's why we're having so much distraction. Because like old things have to fall before new things come to order, right? And that's part of the prophecy for me that I received like 10 years ago. Like, it's gonna be a new world. It's time. It's been 1,000 years since the last, like, whatever, it's time. Probably longer than that, honestly. It's probably like overdue by like 22 years or something. What are we, 2025? Can you believe it? It's probably overdue like 25 years, to be honest. And that's why it's, I don't know, people who have power, though, and who've had it for a long time, they just don't want to let go of it, which I get it, because it's scary. It's fear. It goes all the way back to that fear thing, But yeah, go to a 12-step. Go to church, baby. Or just listen to me. I'll help you get there. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Music industry, particle, secrets, no blooms, love, John 3:16, love, so it's like double love, yay. Psalms 18:27 through 30, prayers answered, watchers, no contact, Allegra, David organizes, First Chronicles 23, 24, and 25. Flicking, 5D plus, light, X, steadfast, love, and Christ consciousness. I've spoken about Christ consciousness a little bit, so I'm going to skip that, but what I wanted to tell y'all about. Okay, last night I was channeling, and like my angels, they'll come in, they like make little noises when they come in and stuff. Anyway, so Michael's been fighting really hard, okay? He's been fighting the devil for like the past 3 days. And Allegra has been busy too. So Allegra was promoted. So Azrael came to me like about a year ago, and he helped me. He led me into a spirit initiation. Him and Hecate. I'd already been through one with Hecate before, but this was the first time Az had come in. So Azrael came in, and then Michael came in last night too. But when Az comes in, when he comes in, I'm always like, my baby. But the reason I am is because Michael always gets so much credit. You know what I'm saying? And he's been an archangel forever, and Azrael hasn't. So I was like trying to explain to him last night, but they were acting like kids. My babies, they're all my babies, you know. And then this morning again, Michael was like kind of a little upset about it, and I was like, well, and I had to explain to him, I was like, well, you know, Michael, like, you've been doing this for a very long time, and you're probably really tired because I know you've been fighting the devil for 3 days. And I was like, listen, Azrael is, I said, y'all are both my babies. I said, but Azrael is, you know, he just got promoted, and, you know, he's special to me too, just like you are. Y'all are all equally special. But I just thought it was cute that my little angels, they like to like, you know, kind of argue about mama, you know. Anyway, I love them so much. I've been talking to angels since I was a little girl. Yeah, I know I have, for sure. You know, I've been writing since I was 9. So I've always like had a pen in my hand and like a notebook. So I've always just been like writing little short stories, writing little poetry, doing a journal, like whatever. And that's how they've always communicated with me. Oh, I want to talk about something. Okay, so creator path. So like when you're a creator, I'm just gonna mention this briefly and then I'll do another video on it. But like being a creator is so cool because like it's the process. Where in the process is where you meet God, or where your relationship with God gets more, you know, becomes more expansive. And so people who like want to like, I'm not banging on nobody, okay, but I just want to say this: people who will like steal your content and use it as their own, they're really just cheating themselves, okay? I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you produce original content, then you know that you're a creator, and you know that the muse that you're talking to is your relationship, your connection to God, your angel to God, right? You know that. You might call it whatever, but I mean, for me it's an angel, and whatever for you it's spirit, or whatever, you know. But they're really just robbing themselves by stealing other people's content, because they're not giving themselves an opportunity to like to make a connection to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So if you get upset about that, if you're like an original creator and you get upset, don't worry, keep going, because most copycats don't have the endurance that a true creator does, you know. And they're gonna, just like I've seen, I mean, they're gonna play themselves out in the end, because it's not fun for them. Like when you're a creator and you create all the time, it's because it's fun. And the reason it's fun is because you're like getting to create with spirit, you know. So yeah, we'll always outlast. So don't even worry about that stuff. Yeah. Let's see what else. Okay, next is Angel Froggy Morning, as in Mourning. The Spirit of God, DNA activation, the old way, we love you so much, sibling, Mercury, everlasting, dang you fine, second time. I love my angels for real. Alabama, understand the heart, no more Babylon, true story of divine union. Matthew 6:14. For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. Yeah, God's really been on me about forgiveness. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna finish doing my forgiveness stuff. I was doing personal accountability, but like I've already done a lot of personal accountability. A lot of the stuff I was writing again today, it was like we've already kind of addressed that. So I have moved on, taken personal accountability, but it's time for me to do forgiveness. I wrote a prayer for Los Angeles this morning. Because though I'm upset with like a lot of the actions that Babylon has taken, and like hello, God is too, obviously Yahweh is pissed. There's still innocent people out there, and there's still animals out there, and honestly, like I said earlier, everything that looks bad is for God's ultimate good. So I know He's got really great futures in store for us, even if we have been like affected heavily by that. But yeah, it's time to forgive. I mean, people should still definitely pay for the choices of their actions. There's definitely consequences to what you guys have been doing out there. But other than that, I think the biggest part of all that is like if you just make adjustments to become better people and put in action behind that, right? So like this country just needs a lot of healing, so much healing. Oh my gosh. Like I said, we need like a 12-step meeting. Like 4 corners of North America, 12-step meetings. Just like a healing come together moment. And just be real. And I mean real. I'm tired of the lies. God is too. I'm tired of the lying. I'm tired of people acting like they're not who they are. I want to see who you are. I want to see your authenticity, and I want you to keep it real with me. I keep it real with everybody. And hey, sometimes I come across blunt, but I mean, at least people know where I stand. And then that's that. If I trigger something in someone, then that's they need to. That's on them. That's also takes me to like the ideas about jealousy, like women and jealousy. Like a lot of this that I've gone through recently has been based on jealousy, and I'm just like, hey, bruh, I've dealt with jealousy too. I had to overcome it. Like when I was in the halfway house and I would see all these other women like get all these other wonderful things before I ever did. It took me 6 months to catch up on rent. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a family visit till I was like 9 months there. So I was jealous. Coming off the streets and going to a halfway house. Yes, I was very much jealous. Because these other women seemed to have families or at least boyfriends that like supported them, and I really just had nothing. So I was super jealous. But I had to get over that. I had to get over it. Because I could not walk around life. In the book it says the grouch and the brainstorm are not for us. And I understand that. The grouch is definitely not for me. I cannot live a sober life and be pissed off or jealous or hold any kind of resentment, And when I heard that, I took that very seriously because I didn't like the way jealousy made me feel because it hurt my heart. And I knew that God paid attention to my heart more than He paid attention to anything else about me. So I had to really work through the jealousy. And part of the way I did it was I just quit watching other people. I just quit looking at other people's paper and just started moving on my own, in my own way, in my own flow, I became friends with myself. That's why I can be by myself for days. Honey, I could go a whole year without seeing somebody. It gets a little lonely, don't. But solitude has become a good friend of mine, It's where I talk to God. It's where I most want to be because I am with God. You know what I'm saying? Being with other people does definitely have a community effect, and most definitely we need other people. Amen, 100%. Yes, we need to have a balance of being in solitude and then being with other people, And if you're an empath like me, you definitely struggle with that because you talk to somebody for 45 minutes and you want to go hide for like the next 3 weeks. That's real. That's real. But if you can find balance, which is like really like all we're really searching for, if you can find balance, I think that's like the most important thing. That's very important to God, balance and time. A lot of other things, but he really keeps those things important. Anyway, moving on. The last little message is King Ahab white wire ring, vision of the new temple. What's this say? Oh, boom against spiritual warfare. Sunday, dedication of the Wall of Jerusalem. Yep. And that's what we got. Okay, so the new temple. I've talked about the new temple on my other videos, but if you want me to make a video about the temple and the new temple and the dedication of the Wall of Jerusalem, just leave a comment down below and I will. Don't forget to subscribe, like. I do at least 2 videos a day, so 2 angel messages, and sometimes I'll incorporate some commentary like I did today. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye.